the stream to do a 2xk wish list specifically. So I'm not like trying to predict who will get in the game. It's my, hey, I would really like to see this, and probably a little bit of like, I think this is gonna happen, like that's going to come into it. But I do have the confirmed characters up there. I'm putting Katarina just in that confirmed. I think she's somewhere between this range and then maybe like a year 0 character if they are having, like, depending when the game releases, because we don't know, because it could be like an August thing. It's like, hey, we got a demo coming in 2 weeks, and then we're just gonna roll out into a release in like September, and then we could probably expect maybe a character in like November, December. But that being said, I'm just leaving Cat out of it for now because it's not worth even placing. Some ground rules: I am limiting myself to 5 characters a year. They have not said if how many they're doing it, if there's gonna be more or less. So I'm just kind of saying, hey, it's gonna be 5 characters. It's my kind of baseline. And so my last 3 in, the first one, I probably should just go down the list, but it is fine. Is Set. I think Set is the character I would want the most in this game. I feel like it makes a ton of sense to have him as a character in Toyscale. I think he is one of those that is like guaranteed to be in not guaranteed. Let's not get ahead of myself because there's a lot of League of Legends champions. I think there's a lot of room and a lot of things that he would bring. Same with like a Lee Sin. So it's like those two I think are just like so built for a fighting game that I think they just like have to be in some capacity. Set is my favorite champion to play. I was a Set support main for a very long time, so I absolutely love it. Hoping he gets in. I'm praying he's in this last 3 in. And then it honestly gets a little tricky because like with the last 3 in, you feel like you have to take some things into account. But I'm not going to actually, because I think I have the 2 that I just want because I think it'd be fun. I think Akali, like, we don't have an assassin other than Echo, but like Echo's, the way they made him is a little weird. So like having like a kind of like true ninja assassin would be very cool. I think Akali would like work well for a fighting game as well. So I think she'd just be a really cool character. Also kind of like a rushdown, very similar type to Echo, but probably more, a little bit quicker. But Samira, I really, really, really want Samira as well. Because the way that I imagine her, and I think a lot of other people imagine her, is as a Dante-like character. So getting someone like a Dante, or Dante like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, for people who don't get my reference, I'm really hoping she gets in and it has that style. I think it'd be really fun. I think it'd be cool. I think it's another way to get an ADC in without like really making it a weird one. But that, like, obviously that's 3 in. I'm not gonna do a year 0, so we're just gonna move into like the first year of DLC, so the first year of support. I think Lee Sin is one of the first characters. And I also would want Lee Sin. I think he'd be a really cool one. But I think he makes too much sense, and also be a character that people would want to get, and I feel like is probably in the works, but kind of just pushed off a little bit. And then this is where it gets a little tricky, honestly, because there's a lot of characters that I like. I think honestly, I think a Tom Kench would be very cool. I did not think this off, so I'm gonna move stuff around for sure. I think Tom Kench would be really cool. I do love Kench. I think getting more of like a monster type champion would be a good thing, because like Alawi is the closest thing we have to it. And I think Tom Kench actually lends pretty well into like a big body. The only thing, I think he'll be like one of the last ones because they have enough big bodies already. And I actually do have a hot take already. I want Gangplank to be in this first year. Am I biased because my friend is Gangplank main and would play this game if Gangplank is in this? Potentially. Have I Jedi mind tricked myself into thinking he would be a really, really cool character with all the different stuff he could do, and like with different like barrel setups and all that type of stuff? Having like a barrel mini game in 2x KO, I think also could be pretty sick. So like I know it's very much a pie in the sky idea and probably not that likely. I just would really want it. I think it'd be cool. Another one that I think, and again, this is where like layering things in that I think is going to be pushed in by the devs. I want another big body. Actually, no, I have a big body with Kench. I have big body humanoid covered. But I'm gonna do another hot take. I want Ivern in. There's a very distinct lack of a puppet character. And I think Ivern and Daisy could be a really, really cool one where you're like Ivern has Daisy as a puppet, and then like since it is an enchanter support type character, the assist could be more support like and work well with other champions. I think it'd just be a cool idea. And again, I think they want to challenge themselves, be like, hey, I have an idea that is different than what any of these characters have done so far. And I think Ivern actually does that pretty well. And fits that niche. God, there's so many. And to finish it off, I like, because part of me, I'm like, I want Eve in at some point. I just don't know where I'm putting Eve, because like I think they're gonna want KDA in there, and it makes sense because Seraphine is technically not KDA. Someone pointed that out to me and made me very happy. Oh, actually no, this is it. Yeah, Vi. I actually think Vi before Lee Sin. Getting the Jinx Vi combo, especially with Arcane, I think it might have been too late to put her in at the start. But with the pure success of Arcane and kind of like the fact that there's so many Arcane characters in already with Echo and Jinx, I think a lot of people would really like to see Vi. And I think also she is another character that lends very, very well into a fighting game. I think it'd be really cool. So year 2, we're gonna start off, I think, with Eve. I think Eve of the remaining KDA, like between them and Kai'Sa, will be really, really cool. But at this point, I think they're just gonna do this where Kai'Sa also gets in the same season. I want them to kind of bundle it and then have that like big KDA bundle. And I want it to be year 2 because it brings people back. It brings another set of like things into the game, brings some hype, brings some cool characters. Like I think both of these characters do actually lend well into a fighting game as well. Like I think again Eve has a lot of cool stuff. It'll be hard with like the invisibility stuff, so you're really kind of building around like the damage of her kit. And then again, Kai'Sa is an ADC that you could see being in a fighting game. Like it's not a Ezreal, it's not like a Caitlyn, it's not something like that where it's really like forced, in my opinion. So at least that's my read. I'm not putting Kate in my wish list. I wouldn't be disappointed because I trust the devs to do her well. So there's not everyone's gonna be in these 2 tiers, but I'm just gonna put a good amount. So I need a Yordle. Because I don't have any Yordle, and I think it's gonna be Rumble. I really like Rumble. I think it makes the most sense. It'd be Rumble or Poppy. I think Rumble with the mech and stuff, I think makes a little too much sense with like being able to actually translate the Yordle gameplay. It'd be that or actually, I don't like Cloud enough. I like Rumble more. So I think they could do a lot of really cool stuff with Rumble. So I think Kled is probably more likely, but I think it'd be cool. I want Olaf in. I don't know if I want Olaf in yet. Because like, I'm thinking Yone will I think Yone, I'm just gonna put him in. I think Yone's year 3. I think Yone's a big sell in season 3. Because I think like the way I think about it, we have the big sells of Vi, Lee Sin, KDA, and then Yone is gonna be the marquee. Because again, it is free to play, but people are going to buy cosmetics. They're going to buy the champion immediately. So I think that is something to think about. And again, Yone is pretty cool, and I think he could do cool things. So like, this is where I'm thinking with like, oh, okay, this makes sense to do this, but also I wouldn't still like it. Ooh. Trying to. Who would I want to fill out year 2? I think year 2 actually would have probably, or year 3, or year 2 might have a new champ in. Because I'm in the firm belief that they actually will at some point collaborate with the League of Legends team and have a new champ that simultaneously releases, kind of like a Zeri situation. Because I think they enjoyed that. That worked out well. We don't have a Darkin, so I'm gonna put Aatrox in. I want Aatrox in at some point. I think Aatrox would be a really cool pick. I think his sword, I think everything about him is really cool. And then obviously like scaling him down for a fighting game, but I think he would be very, very fun. And then let's say who else? I think Garen. I think I would like to see how they make Garen into like a cool champion into SKO. I think also with the combination of these two in the game as well would make for some cool stories and cool voice lines. So I think I'm actually gonna go Garen. I'm not really sold on her. I might switch that. We'll see. I just don't want to just like sit here and think. I want Renekton in year 2 or year 3. Get another monster champion in. I think Renekton's sick. I think you could do a lot of cool things with him. I think we need another assassin. We need like a quick character assassin. Oh wait, no, we're not putting Garen in for now. We're putting Riven. I think Riven would be sick. I can't believe I forgot Riven. I think Riven would be really, really cool and work very well in a fighting game. Ooh, I mean, there's so many good characters, but I'm gonna set up another or different season. Year 4, I'm gonna do Viego Gwen. Viego Gwen Thresh. It's gonna be a big Shadow Isle season. Oh, no, let's go full force. I'm a Senna main, so I like Senna. So Viego, Thresh, Senna, Hecarim. Go full Shadow Isles in this last row, and it'll be really, really cool. I think having like a theme season like this, and have a bunch of battle pass and stuff around it. I think these champions might get in differently, but I like having a cool theme and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm gonna have a theme for year 3, but other than hey, here's some cool characters. So here's Pyke, and then here's Pantheon, because I think both of them are really cool. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I think Pyke would be super fun. I think his hook and kind of like a Scorpion-esque get over here type thing. I think he lends well to a fighting game the same. And then Pantheon is just a Spartan soldier, and Spartan soldiers are obviously super cool. And then to round out this season, I'm trying to think. I want Aurelia. Aurelia would be cool. Just full top lane and then support. I mean, Pantheon's like top lane anymore, but I think Aurelia would be super cool with the different dashes and the way she's like made. I'd be very excited to see them into SKO. So year 5, I guess I have to put Olaf. Because I really do want Olaf. I think I'd want like a Leona and then Diana because they have the good theming together. I think Silas would be really cool. I think Silas's ability to like steal ults and stuff like that might be really, really fun. And like the last for year 5, that's crazy. I'm already filled out. I'm looking at it. I'm gonna put Elise. I think having a kind of like a transformation character would be cool. And I think Elise would fit that better than like a Gnar. So yeah, this is my like initial just put it out there list. Let's go through. Bard, I wouldn't be mad. Azir, I wouldn't be mad. Same with Garen, same with Annie, same with Aphelios. And Alistar. Camille goes there. Window can go there. I think Ezreal goes in that. Fiora goes in here. Lysandra goes there. Brand goes there. Aesol goes there. Nivea goes there. Oh, I think Ambessa would be really cool. Do I want to move someone for Ambessa? I don't know. Like, pardon, my gut says like, do I take out the Croc and put Ambessa in? I don't know. I think Ambessa has a really cool design. It's very tempting. Teemo would make me sad, but I think Teemo is going to get in the game. I think Xayah is the last ADC I wouldn't be disappointed with. Let's say Rel. Not. I mean, I think, again, I would like trust if they made these characters. I just think inherently I wouldn't want them. Gragas, I wouldn't be mad. Morgana, I do not want Morgana in this game. Renata would not work. Renata wouldn't work. I just don't like Fizz. No Smolder. I'm a Zyra hater, so no Zyra. I think Talon would be really cool. I think like a Strider type Talon. I think Shen would be really cool. I'd like Jace. I'm gonna go fill 2 bars of this and then just see if I want to add anyone else. Galio. I mean, Udyr would be cool, but like, I guess I wouldn't be mad with Udyr. And then I think Wukong. Yeah, I think that's my filling out that tier. Emilio, actually Emilio, I think I could see some Emilio cooking. Not gonna lie. Heimerdinger, hell no, would not want that. Keep that demon away. Also put Teemo. Teemo gets in there twice. The Rat, definitely no. Vel'Koz, definitely no. Yuumi, definitely no. But I think Yuumi will get in there as like an assist-only type character at some point. I don't think Soraka would work well. I think John and Loki actually could be cool. Zoe, I would not want Zoe. I wouldn't want Malzahar. I think I would be sad if Seraphine got in. I don't think that's a hot take. But I also wouldn't be so... Actually, I'm not sure if she'd get in, because like Seraphine, I think was so hated. Even though I think they really do like Seraphine, I think she was too hated to really get a ton. And then, yeah, I would not want Ziggs. So is there anyone, like... There's a lot of characters I think I would like. I don't think there's one that I'm looking at that I'm like, man, I really would want them to take someone else's spot here. Yeah, there's not like Volibear. I think like next up would be like a Volibear. I think Tilia could be cool with the rocks and setups. I think Cho'Gath could be cool. I think Draven of the ADCs would be nice. I don't know. I think yeah, I'm gonna leave it at this. I think I'm gonna leave it at this. I really just feel strongly about this row. I think these would be my favorite. And the rest I think would just be nice to have. But honestly, I think the devs will just cook with whatever they do. So this is my initial thing. I might adjust this as it goes on, so we'll see. But I'm very excited. I will react to news or look at anything that comes out in the next few days. Well, in a few days, meaning like the month. But yeah, that's about it. So thank y'all for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Okay, sweet. That wasn't that long. I don't want to do more tier lists though.